Tonight, we're cracking open K.Luke Toasted Barrel Bourbon. Welcome to the show. Well, you know, it's not been that long since we had a Which Whiskey Wednesday on the K.Luke. It was which K.Luke bourbon whiskey would I choose? We had, I think it was 3 samples. I'll double check that. Now I'll put a link in the description for you if you'd like to watch that. I think it was 3. Man, that's tight. K.Luke samples. And I was been interested in K.Luke for a while because I'd been getting samples from Dave Vogelsang. Well, I had 3 K.Lukes finally together, put them in a blind, and this one, the Toasted Barrel, was the winner. Now, it's not exactly this one because this is the one I said I would hunt, and I fulfilled that promise. I do finally have a bottle. The one that won was Batch 2, and according to their website, Batch 2 was bottled in February of last year. This is Batch 3, which was bottled in August of last year. It's very close. The Batch 2 was 118.2 proof. This is 118.8 proof. It is a blend. If you're not familiar with K.Luke, they're referred to as what most people consider an NDP, non-distilling producer. But they come up with some really killer blends. I've tasted several of the K.Lukes now. The Toasted has been my favorite, but they are no slouch. The mash bill is called a high and low rye. It's a blend of Kentucky and Indiana bourbons, I believe. You don't know a whole lot about it other than I think the derived mash bill has about 30% rye. Let me see if I can read that here. 36% rye. So it is, containing up to 36% rye from Kentucky and Indiana. So, Indiana, very likely MGP. Kentucky, Bardstown, Barton, I mean, you name it. There's so many Kentucky distilleries. But it doesn't matter. The couple that started this, if memory suits me, were in the restaurant business and got to taste a lot of whiskeys and kind of developed their own style of what they had. I don't know if they started blending them just for their own or they got in business to blend. But ever since I heard about them, I've been interested, and ever since I've been sampling their whiskey, I've been wanting to buy one. I finally got this. Unfortunately, not in Georgia. Had to go up to Tennessee to my friend Cork and Bottle in East Ridge, Tennessee, which is just outside Chattanooga. So very happy to get it. We'll put the price on the bottom of the screen. It is usually, well, let me just say this. I'll put the MSRP on the bottom of the screen. How about that? Because the price I paid for it may or may not be the price you can get it for. Let's be fair to where I bought it. I don't see it a lot of places. Was happy to pay what I did for it, but it was. And you probably will find it over $100. But, you know, taste before you buy. I knew what I was buying. So let's get into the aroma. There's almost a kind of caramel corn sweetness to this. I mean, like, you know, kind of like Cracker Jack sweetness. It is very unique. A little bit sweeter than my typical toasted bourbons that I like on the aroma. And certainly up there as far as what I recall on the taste. Cheers. Wow. That has got so much flavor just steamrolling over you. It is just a little on the sweet side, but just real molasses and brown sugar and vanillas and cinnamons, just potent, 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 potent. If I can say that 3 times, potent, said it a 4th. Wow. One of the reasons I like toasted bourbons is because you get that something about the way they toast the barrels versus char the barrels. If you ever seen how they char the barrels, they just throw a gigantic flame in it and just burn the crap out of the barrel, and that helps with a lot of things. But to be a bourbon, it's got to be in I believe it's American oak charred barrels. But past that, toasting is a finish. A toasted barrel goes in for a longer period of time, and I think that toasting draws out more sugars in the wood, or at least it gets it closer to the surface. So when it sits in those toasted barrels for finishing, you get more sugars, I believe. My opinion, I believe you get more sugars that work its way into the bourbon through the wood. And you get other flavors from the wood. Definitely a caramelized kind of flavor. I mean, not only was I was getting that in aroma, but on the second sip, I'm definitely, that caramel corn's coming through. Corn sweetness, toasted sweetness. Really not picking up much in the way of fruit. I think there's something back in there, but that brown sugar molasses, toasting, caramel corn, oh man, this stuff is so good. I would tell you off the top of my head, it's got to be in the top 2 or 3 toasted bourbons that I own. It is cask strength, and I am getting a little bit of a Kentucky hug going on here. But, I mean, I just popped it. I mean, on camera. I didn't let it sit or anything. I got right into it. I was anxious. But no ethanol flavor, no ethanol aroma, no burn on the back of the throat. I do get some pepper on the front, but it's not overwhelming. But that mid-palate, I mean, you get the sweetness right on the tip, going in the mid-palate. That caramel corn toasted, oh man. Cracker Jacks in a glass. Cracker Jacks in a glass. It's just got wonderful traditional bourbon notes along with that sweet caramel toasting. It's just perfect. I mean, as far as toasted bourbons go, pretty damn perfect. Well, final thoughts. Bourbons I would compare it to, there isn't a whole lot. But I can give you kind of runner-ups. I'm a big fan of toasted bourbon. If you've not had or not gotten into toasted bourbons, I've got a few readily available ones you might try, and then if you really like the toasted profile, I say go find you a K.Luke. So what are they? Certainly the Penelope Toasted is one I'd recommend. Now this is, I think Penelope comes in cask strength and 100 proof. This is their toasted series in heavy char. It is 100 proof. It is a wonderful bourbon whiskey, very affordable. The other one would be from my friends over at ASW, the Fiddler line. Now this is a wheated bourbon, but it also is a toasted barrel. It is, if you like wheated bourbon, it's absolutely wonderful. It's certainly a good entry into the toasted world, especially wheated. And then probably my favorite daily drinker or one of my favorite daily drinkers is a toasted. And what is that? That would be the short barrel toasted bourbon. This is around 94 proof. So none of them the proof that the K.Luke has, but I really, normally I'm not a high proof guy. But when it came to this K.Luke, I was all convinced. I was sold on this cask strength toasted bourbon. So if you're interested in toasted, start out around 100. If you like the flavor profile, then work your way up into cask strengths and eventually get you one of these K.Lukes. I promise you, if you like toasted bourbon, you're going to absolutely fall in love with this K.Luke toasted barrel bourbon. I don't know what more I can say about it other than waiting on batch 4, which according to K.Luke, and we'll put a link to their website in the description. Batch 4 says it's coming February 2025. Well, it's already past February, but they haven't announced the yield yet. This was only 1,784 bottles. Yeah, I mean, this is not being done in super huge batches. We'll see what batch 4 is. They haven't given the information yet. It says it's available in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Wyoming, and Sealbox. And that's why I can't get it in Georgia. If you get it at Sealbox and you're a new buyer, a new purchaser, a new client, go to my description. There's a $25 coupon. Hit the link and you can get $25 off your first purchase. And I certainly recommend you use it on the K.Luke Toasted Barrel Bourbon. If you have the K.Luke, cheers to you. If you don't, go find it. If you want to know more about toasted bourbons, subscribe to our channel. Become a channel member where things like this come even earlier than the general population. So as always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time.